Peace. What's up? Anybody view this video? Peace. Well met. Was great. Great to have y'all up in here. See if anybody tap in. It's like I don't know if they don't send out my notification or what. Peace. Landing 5813. What's great, sis? Hey, peace to everybody else that's up in here. What's good? Y'all hit them likes. Hit them likes so some more like-minded people can find it. What's a good site to search your people on? I am Flying Squirrel. Peace, bro. I guess, they got a bunch of sites that you gotta pay for to search your genealogy. You know what I'm saying? They got sites you gotta pay. I haven't used none of them. I didn't use none of them. It's best to go to like your wherever they keep records at in the city or the county where your people were from. I'm here, Facts, Peace. What's good, Anon Cash? What's good, I am Flying Squirrel? What's good, Landing 5813? What's the topic, y'all? What y'all want to build on? If y'all see, I changed the name of my channel to Indigenous Realist Live. So I'm just going to be doing live streams from here on out. I'm going to be producing content, but I'm going to let my wife upload it. Air Mr. Third Musketeer. What's good, bro? Damn, where you been at, Air Mr. Third Musketeer? Hey, I've been needing to talk to you about the beat, bro. I don't even got that beat no more. I either need you to send it back to me or send me a different one. I really got something I did a cappella. I need a beat for it. So I might just send it to you, see can you work around it. But what's good, bro? Okay, yeah. Lanny 5813 say the National Archives. What up? Let's build. What's good, V-Stack 05? What's great? Let's build. Everybody make sure y'all hit that like button. Yeah, for sure. Just been busy. Okay. Yep. Me, the same thing. Same thing. That's why I ain't been on here that much. But I'm finna start putting a little bit more time back into being live. And, because I just figured out what I need to do. Just be live and then put it on private. Oh, yeah. That's why I need to tell y'all. Let her be. Peace. That's why I need to tell y'all. The people that missed the live stream, they just gonna have to catch the next one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to do them like 2 or 3 times a day, and they may not be as long as usual, but if we got some good topics, we gonna build. Y'all know me. And but yeah, I'm gonna be putting them on private, man, cause people be stealing and people be doing weird things, thumbing them down and stuff after they over. But give me a topic, y'all. Let's get it crunk up early. We only been here 3 minutes. Any topic y'all want to build on? Anything y'all been studying on? Man, I was over there at them, I don't know what the hell ADOS stands for. I was in their chat. I don't know how it popped up. I was in their stream earlier, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? Like, that's some kind of new, they trying to make that the new social and political construct to put on us. You know what I'm saying? They always coming up with something new to put on us, some new label or some new term, some new name. So when they talk about them ADOS, it's like saying, damn, who coming up with these transitions? Who's coming up with these terms, these constructs, and trying to put them on us as an umbrella or put them on us as a whole and expect us to use them? And it's not even about expecting us to use it. They'll be teaching our children in school, whether we agree with it or not. They'll be teaching our children in the next few years that they're ADOS, descendants of slaves or whatever. You get what I'm saying? But that's just putting another mind block on the children so that they can think, oh, I'm a descendant of slave. Who wants to call themselves that? Let's forget that. Listen, for the people that think it happened, for the people that believe in the movie Roots and took that as facts and haven't studied and seen that slavery did exist, but it wasn't in the form that they want to push it as, if you want to believe that, cool, just leave it in the past and move forward. Why do you want that taxed on your name? And then for the people especially that know slavery didn't happen the way they said it did, not in that form and fashion, why would they want it? You get what I'm saying? Attaching Assembly had 50 sites for free. Okay, Attaching Assembly has 50 sites for free. Let's talk about this emergency. Man, that shit, that ain't nothing much. You talking about the he declared emergency? That's just about moving around funds. That's just about taking funds from something they think is can be sacrificed, or something they think doesn't need the funds, or that they can wait for them. That's all it is about moving funds to get something done. You got to see Barack Obama declared 10, he declared 10 emergencies. You get what I'm saying? The emergency isn't like an actual emergency. That's not gonna be martial law. Trust me, y'all. Like, I'm one of the people, I'm more like trying to get in tune with the off-grid thing, because I know martial law is coming. You get what I'm saying? And I know who got rights against that, and the people in certain geographical locations don't got any rights against martial law. But that's not that. The state of emergency, that's just how they move around money. But they shape them like false flags. Yeah, I am flying squirrel. They shape them like false flags because the masses are supposed to be like, oh shit, it's an emergency. But at the same time, it's not, because that's just about money. It's just about money. We have to teach our children ourselves. Oh yeah, that's big facts. If we ain't teaching our children, who are we leaving them to get taught by? You know what I'm saying? If we're not teaching our children, we leaving them to get taught by anybody. You get what I'm saying? And they can teach them anything. Just like they, think about it. There's always coming with a new edition school book. There's always coming up with a new edition Bible, a new edition school book, some kind of new edition teaching guidelines, some kind of new term for us. And they're all just constructs, because when you look at the word construct, it's like putting something together. And when you add the word social or political in front of it, then you're talking about something put together and accepted socially and politically. So whether it's true or not, like the word black, whether that's true or not, it's socially accepted and it's politically accepted. You get what I'm saying? And Negro, African American, look at people trying to propagate this ADOS thing, and it's like they're trying to make that into the next social and political construct. You get what I'm saying? Where it doesn't matter about what the few know or believe in. It's going to worry about what that majority right there says. You get what I'm saying? Hit the like button. For those that just came in, make sure y'all hit the like button so everybody can get the stream. Keep the stream in circulation. Get some like-minded people up in here. What, who's stealing when we sharing? What, who's stealing when we sharing? They are silly, always trying to act like they created something. ADOs against Pan-African. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. They feed off our fear. Yes, that's a big thing. Peace. Ikea woolly hair. Peace. That's a key thing right there. The fear mongering. A lot of people know how to inspire fear in an individual or in the masses or in a group of people to get them to do a certain type of thing. You get what I'm saying? And that's why false flags is for the general. You know what I'm saying? I know I shouldn't be talking about shit like this on here at these times, but false flag is like something they put out in the media, general population, in the newspapers for people that's not on social media. And at the same time, social media gets it in a bigger wave because that passes around faster than the news, the media, and all of them type things. So they use that to make a new law or to bring in a new amendment or to sign a new right or something. You get what I'm saying? People don't understand the balance of good and evil. See, civil rights really messed over us. The whole civil rights thing, like from the start to the finish, they didn't know that they had people playing chess on them while they were just playing checkers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was playing chess on them. They like, y'all think y'all gonna be equal, but in our eyes, you'll never be equal. You get what I'm saying? That's what that was, but they tricked them. Think about how many of our people were pushing for civil rights and still do it this day. You know what I'm saying? Still do it till this day. Think about how many people still talking about reparations, but not self-knowledge. Like, if people don't have self-knowledge, how are you gonna come together as a whole to function and get reparations? You get what I'm saying? I feel like reparations is something like the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? If we're not waiting on any of them figures or any of them characters, why are we still waiting on reparations? It's just a boogeyman. It's just something that's passed on from generation to generation just to be talked about, to create a sense of, to make people that don't want to put action in feel like they're putting action in. You get what I'm saying? Hey, for the 6 new people up here, hit the like button. That's what that shit is for. Knowledge is money. I don't want pesos. I want my land back. That's what I'm saying. Get that land back. You know what I'm saying? They over here reaping the benefits of our land. Of our land, everybody. And I don't see why people are going out of their selves, out of themselves, out of their genealogy, out of what their family know. They're leaving out of that just to claim a foreign nation or try to group your foreign nation with this continent. If you're from there, you're from there. If you're from here, you're from here. If your ancestors are from there, you know what I'm saying, do your ancestors right and make sure you doing it right. Don't be trying to leech off a whole nother group of people. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. What can I do if my siblings ain't listening to the truth and asleep? You don't worry about your siblings. You worry about your progeny. You worry about your children, because you got to think about it. You gain knowledge. At the end of the day, the knowledge you gain gets passed down to your children. So whether my brothers and sisters wake up or not, or whether my cousins, uncles, mother, or father wake up or not, either way, I'm getting the knowledge, I'm getting the information, and I'm redefining and refining myself in the process. My children are going to reflect that. You know what I'm saying? My children, it'll be passed down to my children. Each person got a legacy to pass down to their children. So if they don't want to pass down a greater legacy, greater things in their life to their children, think about it. What are we leaving? See, there's something called generational wealth, and I touched on it in another video, but generational wealth is something we pass down. But generational wealth can also be good memories, good history, a rich cultural history, a rich cultural memory and image of a parent or of loved ones or great-great-grandfathers or grandmothers and things of that nature. That's what we're not leaving. That's wealth also. So if we're not leaving our children spiritual wealth, physical wealth, or mental wealth, what are we leaving them? What are we doing it for? It's all for the children. You get what I'm saying? I'd be more worried about if my nieces and nephews are gonna learn the knowledge and learn to be themselves, and you get what I'm saying, to be self-sufficient when they grow up, before I worry about my brothers and sisters. But peace to everybody that's just getting up in here. Make sure you hit the like button. We just started it. We've been in here 12 minutes. Make sure you hit the like button. On the International Tribunal on the International Tribunal for Natural Justice channel had people testimony about kids being kidnapped, raped, collecting blood, and how it is in the churches, etc. Yeah, we know the churches is messed up, and that's why people are coming out of them at an alarming rate. At alarming pace. Like, it's alarming to preachers and things of that nature. Anybody trying to inspire a fear inside of you and trying to monopolize your shortcomings and your emotions and things that you're going through, they all fall in the same line, whether they be preachers, whether they be teachers, whether they be doctors, nurses, mechanics, whether they be presidents, whether they be politicians. Anybody trying to change you from who you are and make you think a different type of way and things like that, they're not for you. Just trying to refine the stereotypes to be better studied for the takedown. Indeed, I thought it meant black. Adios is a governmental construct word, like the word diaspora did not exist in the 1800s. They came up with that word to connect the Pan-Africanism, which began in the 1900s. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a good way to check new terms that come out. Just put them in the Ngram. Go to Google Ngram Viewer and put in a word, and you're gonna see how frequent that word shows up in literature. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of things we need to do. When people want us to think a certain word is right, we need to see what's the timeline of this word in modern and past literature. You know what I'm saying? It didn't trace back all the way to like the 1700s, I think, or maybe further. I forgot. I haven't used it in a while, but it's Google Ngram Viewer, and you can check these words and see how frequent they come up in literature. Because if a word is only coming up once or twice, or showing no kind of gradual inclination or declination, then the word is just some kind of new popular thing. Do let it be question. What's up? Peace, Master M. Peace to all. God bless you all your families. Peace to Larry Rhodes. Anybody else got any topics? Money is an illusion. The whole system is faulty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I say that constantly. Yes, we know money is an illusion, but that land isn't an illusion. That's not a mirage. You know what I'm saying? The land is something that can be cultivated. It's something that can be passed down through generations. That's wealth. That's health. That's sustenance. Think about it. So when you're taking something fictitious, which is money, in buying something and owning something, having sole ownership over something, then that's wealth. You get what I'm saying? That's how to raise yourself up. You know what I'm saying? That's how to keep stuff flowing in your family and things like that. It's all about ownership. At the end of the day, if you don't own nothing, you are up under somebody else. You dependent on somebody else for something. If you're not owning all of what you're doing, anything you say you need or want, if you don't own it, then you know what I'm saying? And that's the best way to take something that's not even, we know it's nothing. We know that a dollar bill is only a IOU. You know what I'm saying? It's just an IOU that's passed around and we're not the owers. You know what I'm saying? So we should, when we accumulate that, and we should accumulate it, we shouldn't be spending it crazy. And when we accumulate money, we should save up and buy land. You get what I'm saying? Buy something that can be passed on. Buy something that can't be traded off and taken from you. Buy something that has some back into it. You get what I'm saying? That's wealth. You get what I'm saying? All of these rich people you hear about in the media and people you don't hear about when you drive up through the South, when you're driving all in the South, what I call deep South, like Texas, all of those things, Louisiana, Mississippi, when you in that little area right there, when you see them pale skins where they done set up humongous ranches and stuff on our people land, on our ancestors' land. Not saying that we owned it. That's what I'm saying. The concept. I said this before. I don't know if y'all heard me say it. The new people just came up in here. Hit the like button. Share the video. The whole concept of ownership was instituted over here. Think about it. When you're over here and you know that everything, your ancestors are from this land, everything on this land and comes from this land comes from your ancestors, why do you have to bring about a sense of ownership? You get what I'm saying? But now we got to recognize that there's ownership established, like, and it's been going on, and that's how the people are steady rising up and putting their foot on our necks, because while we're steady renting from the same people that's owning everything, we're steady renting, we're steady spending, we keep their businesses going. We're keeping these people businesses flowing. Like, without us, the business wouldn't move. That's what people got to realize. You hear about people always bringing up how much spending power black people have, so-called black people, you know what I'm saying? They always talking about how much spending power we have, but what are we spending it on? And now that you recognize what we're spending it on, what are you doing to get the money flowing back towards the community, or get people to know how to spend better? You get what I'm saying? How to invest in themselves. Stop investing in these people, because really and honestly, when you're buying from places like from these designer clothes stores and things like that, you should be part owner, paying the price they want you to pay, because at the end of the day, it's just cloth, you know what I'm saying, made in a certain type of way. And they branded themselves and pushed their thing, got it viral, got it famous. So at the end of the day, come on, man, you should be part owners. Them dudes need to be coming out with new things, new names constantly. We supporting the same old name. That's like praising a god. That's really like idol worship. You find a damn brand and it's just your favorite, and you can't buy no other brand. You can't see past this brand. You worshiping the maker of this brand. That's like saying worshiping the creator. That's like saying worshiping the creator. You know what I'm saying? Whether you call him by any name, as long as you recognize that it was somebody that created everything. That's like saying worshiping his creation. If you know it's something that created everything, we ain't worshiping no creations. And that's the same thing. Why are we worshiping the creations of other people? Stop worshiping that shit. But any topics, y'all drop them in the chat. Peace, bro. Peace to the chat. D Green Senior, peace. Yes, it was. Facts right. They hate to love us and hate to love us. Indeed. We giving money a meaning. Indeed. You are right. Indeed. The KKK funny. And that's the thing. Yeah, them Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, they really were. If you look, you know, I probably get popped for saying this. But most of these black organizations, y'all, most of these pro-black and pan-Africanist organizations, y'all, were in, when you look at the history, you really dive deep, a lot of them at their roots were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan and other Freemasonic type organizations. But I'm saying, when I say Freemasonic, I'm talking about the white man's version of pure masonry. So we know Freemasonry is evil and they worship the Baphomet and things of that nature. They're the ones really running the world. They created a fictitious entity. called the Illuminati. And so everybody is scared of the boogeyman Illuminati, but at the same time, they think Freemasonry isn't them same people and that the Illuminati are real. But they know the Freemasons are real, and they see that they got secrets and that they are powerful people in the community and things like that, but they steady giving all the attention to Illuminati. That's a big false flag. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking Illuminati. We were blessed to have ancestors who care for us in ways that no one else in the world has had, because number one, never to be homeless if it was left up to them. Number two, we would never be hungry. Indeed. And that's what since I was growing up, since I was young, right? Since I was as far as young as I could remember, my mother used to always tell me, she was like, you know, we got land in our family. You know, none of us never have to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? None of us never, there's never a time when our family can be out in the streets. Whether if all of us didn't have nothing, we still got land. You get what I'm saying? We still got 2,000 acres of land. So whether we didn't have anything, we still had each other and we still had the land. And that's what we need to be doing for our children. You get what I'm saying? That's just like people put up for a college fund, right? Why don't people buy a plot of land and put that up as the kids' home fund? Think about it. Instead of teaching our children that they got to go and buy a house from somebody, a pre-made house from somebody, why can't we buy them a plot of land when they're a baby or when they come of age or when they graduate and have that waiting for them after they get out of college? You get what I'm saying? Something they can build on, something that they can say is theirs. They always got a sense of pride no matter what they got, that this is mine. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens in the world, if I succeed or fail, I got this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the things that we got to realize. That's the most important things. Leaving a sense of pride in our children and leaving a sense of positivity and ownership in our children. You get what I'm saying? We can never succeed saying that, acknowledging that somebody owned us at one time. We can never succeed acknowledging that we were brought on a boat and beat and whipped and set for months up under all of that stuff. We can never succeed like that, because thinking of something so horrific like the transatlantic slave trade and therefore chattel slavery, the myth that they push on us, thinking of something that horrific, we as spiritual beings or intellectual beings, we can't move past that. That's why people are still stuck on reparations, because they can't see past the atrocities. They can't see past the fictitious stories. They can't see past it. And when there's people that's coming on these platforms and waking up, you know what I'm saying, and you see the growth. Like somebody like me, I've been live streaming since I put my first video up, and y'all see my growth. You get what I'm saying? And things like that. And I see people that come in my chats growth, like straight up. Like, and that's what it's about, leaving something for the children. What's up, homie? Nothing much. Cassandra Jordan, peace. I read where the KKK grew out from the Democratic. Yeah, the Democrats were the original opposition for the end of so-called slavery. They were the original ones in opposition to that. They didn't want that to go on. And I feel like that's who made the deal. I feel like they really struck a deal. I'll probably get popped for this. I feel like they really struck a deal way back then. And the Democrats were going to be like, okay, we're going to go ahead and agree with y'all on this end of slavery thing, but we're going to keep slavery right in front of their eyes, which is going to be this modern slavery, which is the prison system. And that's exactly what happened. So we got to know that something happened, because now Democrats have been pushed on so-called black people as the right political stance to have. And at the same time, them are the same people who didn't want to end slavery. So you get what I'm saying? And then think about the Ku Klux Klan. There wasn't, when we hear about the Ku Klux Klan, you got to realize this isn't just a little group of a couple white boys with some sheets and things like that. These are whole families. These are whole entire families, y'all, who believe in its tenets, stand on that creed. They're all in a fraternal order. The women are in a sorority order. Like, these are your average Dick and Jane white people walking around, whether you know it or not. You get what I'm saying? They really walking around like, and we think we're looking for some boogeyman in a sheet, but now the boogeyman has a badge. Now the boogeyman has a briefcase. Now the boogeyman has uh, a bank job. Now the boogeyman, you get what I'm saying, is your bus drivers. Now the boogeyman is your next door neighbor. You get what I'm saying? It's like they didn't burn their they didn't burn their hoods, and the hoods kept multiplying. You always gotta remember like that. They never burnt their hoods. When have you ever seen them publicly burn all of their hoods? So where are they at? They getting passed down from generation to generation, just like our land. Not only is they keeping a culture alive on our land, they steady keeping the land away from us. But really, we keep the land away from ourselves. We keep the land away from ourselves because we're so caught up in the atrocities that they propagate. They're always propagating these atrocities. We get so caught up in them that we block ourselves from the land. The land is here. The land is there, man. The land is there. Mind control. Yeah, that should be like mind control did. I ain't gonna speak on them, D. Green Sr. So they go after war criminals. Why don't we do something about it? Man, we need to do something about what our situation. Like, if you're not at war, if that's not a part and parcel to your personal conflict, we got to worry about our personal conflicts, Larry Rhodes. Like our personal, what is wrong in our immediate situation, in our day-to-day life, our immediate situation. Analyze what's going on and see where you want to go from there, and now see what's blocking it from step to step, all the way up. Like if you see yourself as being, whatever, if you see yourself as being president, you can step by step work through everything that's blocking it. Take it in steps. Where am I going next? Here, here, here. Okay, what's blocking it? Okay, let me move that block. Go through. Let me move that block. Go through. You get what I'm saying? And always remember, if you run into a block, you can always create a whole new path. You get what I'm saying? So we don't, man. I'm saying it's cool, but we're more prisoners to we're more prisoners to the propaganda. I say we're more prisoners of propaganda now. The war has been over with. You know what I'm saying? We're 5, 6, 7 we're 5, 6, 7 generations or more or less away from the atrocities. I'm saying we have to put them atrocities out of our head. We've philosophized about the atrocities. We've made up conspiracies about the people who committed them. We've analyzed them from every which way you can analyze them. And at the end of the day, where have we moved forward? You get what I'm saying? You can never move forward holding on to a past, especially when the past hasn't been carefully inspected to make sure it was a past. Because think about how much of them stories get passed down and thought of as real, true history. A lot of stuff in history just gets passed down. Like, that's how scientific theory ends up becoming a fact, but in all actuality, it's never been confirmed. But there is people that got real facts, but I'm saying some of them are just theories. Some of them are just theories. If all this where all the old records are stored, wow, pushed through. Only thing stopping us is ourselves. Not only can we be self-sufficient, self-saviors, be self-reliant, we got to know that the only thing stopping us from that is self. When you analyze yourself, and I'm saying self is also a collective. Just because when you're talking about, when I'm saying self, I'm not meaning in selfishness. I'm saying by you getting yourself together, you can help others better. You get what I'm saying? By you redefining and refining your definition, you can help others better. You can't help anybody. You can't help anybody. I'm talking about no matter how much they need your help, you can't help anybody unless yourself is right. And I don't care in what aspect. You can only help somebody when yourself is right. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? If you're out of tune with yourself, then who are you in tune with? You get what I'm saying? And that's where the creation of religions come from. The creation of religions come from people needing something outside of themselves. It's like we yearn for it. It's like we need other things outside of ourselves when the thing we need is right here inside. Have you ever, man, they had a story, man. I don't feel like going into it, man, but it's an old story. It come from, hell, I don't know. It's just been passed down through the ages. But they had, they had this dude, he wanted to become a god. He wanted to be a great person, right? So he went around trying to conquer everything. They say he conquered the whole known world. And so this is supposed to be thousands of years ago. It's just an old story, whether it's a myth or not. They say he conquered the whole known world. And so one day he started screaming. He started screaming up to the air like, what else can I conquer? Like, I'm a god. I'm a god on earth. And the wind came through and blew him down. And when the wind blew him down, he knew that he wasn't nothing. You get what I'm saying? All that haughtiness, all them high thoughts he had, he knew he wasn't nothing because some wind blew him down. You a great mighty conqueror of nations. You can defeat people on the battlefield, but the wind can still conquer you. You get what I'm saying? And we got to apply that shit. People, we got to apply that shit. For real, for real. Take herself. Right, pass down theories. Elizabeth Warren has high cheekbones, so her granny told her she may be Native American. Yeah, that's crazy. Peace, K-Mims. There's a lot of broken treaties that they promised our elders. Indeed. Indeed, but I'm saying, how about we build something out here and make them sign new treaties with us? You get what I'm saying? The broken treaties can't be helped. And past treaties don't really apply to, like, I don't consider no treaties, I ain't gonna say laws, y'all, because I don't want people taking it the wrong way. So I'm just gonna say I don't think no treaties apply to me because they just don't apply to me. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't there during the signing. It's not I'm forgetting the word I want to use that means it goes all over to the past and the present, but I didn't agree, and my family members, the people I'm descended from, they didn't agree to any treaty, any passing of law, any social or political constructs or any of that. Them was placed upon us. So any treaty or anything, I consider that shit de facto or not even relevant. Like, seriously. But peace, everybody. Everybody just came up in the stream. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody up in the chat. And our people are still looking for someone with horns on their head and a red cape. See, that's the thing. Yeah, we always looking. That's the same thing. Like, we look everywhere for power, right? If you acknowledge the creator, right? Acknowledging, people take that wrong, right? People think when you acknowledge the creator, you're believing in something. Believing in something has nothing to do with acknowledging something and accepting truth. You get what I'm saying? To believe, there's no truth in it. Belief just is something that you accept. But when you're talking about a creator, you know that there can be no duality or no opposition to a creator, because he have to even create him some opposition. If he gets bored, he have to create it. So when you're talking about that person, we got to know that that's, you get what I'm saying? And people, I don't know where I was going with that thought. It's crazy. Y'all see, I always get dazed off whenever I think about the creator, because that's a mind you can get lost in. You thinking about people confining God into a book or into a church house or into any kind of meeting, organization place, and think that that's the only place to find God when God's presence is right inside of us. You get what I'm saying? Through thought and actually thinking and actually reading, studying, and reflecting upon God. You get what I'm saying? That's the only way you can get in tune with God. Nobody else can bring you in tune with God. Nobody else can bring you a religion that's going to save your soul. Nobody can pray. You can't just do anything you want and just pray for forgiveness and not think that isn't etched onto your very soul. You know what I'm saying? Certain things are etched onto our soul, and people act like they can just be gotten rid of because I close my eyes and just say magic words. Hollywood is the devil. Yeah, Hollywood. Now, I can agree with you on that, Larry Rhodes. Hollywood is the devil. Hollywood has, think about it, a lot of the propaganda and a lot of the things that is socially accepted was brought on through Hollywood and Disney. I'm probably going to get popped for this one. Hollywood and Disney. Because between them two right there, you get anything they want to create. Anything they want to tell you. Anything they want to show you on TV. Anything they want to show you anywhere. Between them two, it can be done, whether they want to show you anything. And that's where you get into, man, it's a journey that you must travel for self. Indeed. Indeed. That's what I'm saying. You open your, let me say this carefully, because people got to know, you got to be careful who you open yourself up to, or what type of frequencies or what type of certain people, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch certain people who you let inside your life, especially on a personal level, but on an intellectual level also. But at the same time, don't become stagnant with information. Just find one thread of information and one thread of knowledge and think that it's all it. No, it got to be ever flowing, and you got to be able to admit when something is other than what you thought, and admit when certain thing is wrong. You get what I'm saying? And be able to grow further. Who wants some pumpkin seeds? It's a journey you want to try for self indeed. How can you, when they label put us as no legal standing? So I think that's a plus. I try to keep my 4-year-old son away from Hollywood and Disney. Oh yeah, indeed. Man, I be hearing, man, my son be watching cartoons and I be getting bad vibrations from the cartoons. I be like, man, yeah, that shit. Ain't no telling what's inlaid on them screens. It's a reason why PBS and things like that were propagated on our children. You know what I'm saying? It's been propagated on our children. They always wanted us to learn from a centralized form. That's what I'm saying with this, with our culture. It's of the utmost importance for each individual coming into the culture and learning more about themselves to absolutely redefine themselves. Like, learn as much as you can about your genealogy, because that's what you are. You know what I'm saying? And learn more about yourself. Start comprehending the creator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get in touch. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go to church and things like that. No communal services, man. You can get in touch because you got a connection with them. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's a constant journey, bro. The pale faces created a red demon in order to deflect away from them. I mean, they the only red people on the planet. To be technical, they really red. To be technical. And that's why, you know, I don't consider myself no descendant from Adam. See, I cut myself away from all kind of, you know, what's accepted. Like, certain things are accepted as the norm in society, and we're all finding things out, like things that we've been knowing since we were children, and we're all finding out, like, damn, certain things I spent 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, some people older than that, years thinking this was true, and now I know for a fact that it's not. And I forgot why I was bringing that up, but it's just crazy. Oh, yeah. That's why I brung it up. Because the sister had said the pale faces created a red demon in order to deflect away from them. Yeah, so I was talking about Adam. I don't consider myself no descendant from Adam. I think Adam was a real person, and I think he had real progeny, but that's not any part of my lineage. You know what I'm saying? I don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Adam was a real person, but he wasn't over here. He didn't get made in America. It's a constant journey, like music, indeed. But anyway, y'all, for the new people up in here, hit the like button. Comment your topic. Comment whatever you want down below. Comment your topic. Comment your topic. I know people be listening and driving. It ain't nobody commenting. Where y'all at? Y'all sleep? Y'all sleep? We all have to re-educate ourselves as much as we don't want to take from our kids. We have to remove from them the matrix as well. We have to stop the cycle of the beast. Yeah, the cycle must be stopped somewhere. If you're not stopping the cycle, then you're only letting it go. Like, think about it. You can, I don't know if it's any young people listening or any elder people listening, I'm sorry, but you can, I'm not even gonna say the cuss word version, but you can complain and you can complain all you want about things that are happening, but if you're not taking a conscious step into changing them things in your personal, that's why I'm saying why I always say self, because when you're looking at things like bringing an actual change within the community and things like that, it all starts with self. So you have to redefine self and grow. You know what I'm saying? Before you can help anybody. Okay, K-Mams, you frying chicken? Okay, that's what's up, sis. All right. I tried your email, but it didn't work. You tried my email? Hit me up on Instagram at Indigenous Realist. That's the only place I be, y'all. If I'm not on here, y'all can catch me on Instagram. If I'm not here, y'all can catch me on Instagram at Indigenous Realist. Besides that, I really don't answer the phone. I keep all my phones turned off. You know, I really don't. You got the tub, baby? You smell good, baby. Say hi. Say hey. Oh, and 411, you still up in here? Oh, boy, watch that pen. Get down. Go check on your brother. You smell good, baby. Damn right, I unfortunately have my son at Christian private school because I know how they help me develop. And that's not all wrong. I mean, that's not all wrong. We can't be expected. Think about it. Our schedules, certain things have to be done as it's not like you hear about somebody on drugs or something, and you know the best method is to quit cold turkey. But if they can't do that, well, I'm not gonna use the drug thing because I'm pretty sure there's no drug users here, so I shouldn't even use that euphemism. Somebody like me that need to eat more healthier, so I'm supposed to be cutting out meat out of my diet. I'm supposed to be cutting meat back out of my diet. Man, I know damn well I'm not just gonna stop eating fish, chicken, you know, those things. So why not cut out all red meat and other seafood besides tuna and things of that nature? You get what I'm saying? And that's how I had to do it. So if my children, if I'm not in the right, if me and my wife don't have our schedules right, if she's working and I'm out and about working, and we can't homeschool my children, I'll send them to a little head start or a pre-K, but I'm gonna be situated before they get to grade school though. Yeah, grade school, I'm gonna have to look out for them. But a lot of schools, it's about the school. It's about the school we put our children in. Not whether it's in school. It's about the school. Why didn't the black Indians of the South leave on the Trail of Tears? Because they couldn't move us. That's what I'm saying. I've been looking into the Trail of Tears things, and you know, it doesn't draw up any kind of anything for me because my family weren't part of the Trail of Tears. And accepting the Trail of Tears story, my bad, y'all. I had to take it back. Oh, I gotta come out this jacket. We got the heater on. I had just came back. When we're talking about the Trail of Tears, that's not a blanket. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the only thing that happened. That's what the media chose to propagate. You get what I'm saying? But if we accept the Trail of Tears as just being the end all know all, we gotta accept that we weren't heavily populated over here, which is a lie. We were heavily populated over here, so a damn Trail of Tears wouldn't have worked on everybody. That was selected people that they chose to outcast or civilize, or you get what I'm saying? I gotta get this beard cut, trimmed. I mean, yeah, the Trail of Tears. My family not on the side. I'm heavy into. I haven't found no Trail of Tears. I found us getting stolen from Tennessee. I found my ancestors getting kidnapped from Tennessee, sold in Tennessee, freed in Tennessee, brought to Texas. You know, it was still slavery going on out here in Texas, but they were free. But, you know, to the outside world, it looked like they were slaves to the same person who had freed them. When he was on his deathbed, he left a will and had my ancestors took him from Texas to northern states. You get what I'm saying? To states where slavery wasn't allowed. And that's just me and my personal genealogy. So I know slavery existed, but not in the shape, form, and fashion they trying to push off on us at all. Yeah, my people come from Mississippi, Louisiana, on my father's side, Georgia, Back on my grandmother's side, Tennessee, Texas, California, Maryland. Kind of like sharecroppers appear free. Right, right. See, this is the deal. Like, I shouldn't be spoiling it. Now, I ain't gonna give y'all no spoiler alert, because I'm gonna come out with a documentary about my family. And like I said, I'm gonna put it on Patreon first, but I am gonna go ahead and put it on YouTube. Because if y'all see, I changed the name of this channel. This is Indigenous Realist Live. I'm gonna make another channel and upload my content on it, or let somebody else do it. And so I'm gonna be putting content on another channel, but this is gonna be for my live stream. So everybody make sure you got that bell on. Yeah, and it's like, man, when you find people, look, they want to talk about how heavily populated Africa is right now, right? And how heavily populated they are and how much they produce kids and things of that nature. That's what you're going to hear the average Pan-Africanist bring up. But think about how heavily and densely populated this place was. We always think of, because they had the image of the Mongoloid Indian in the media and in school and things of that nature, all kind of propaganda. They keep that image up in front of our face. So we see, when we think of the original inhabitants of this place, naturally in our subconscious mind, we think of a decimated people, because we're hidden in plain sight. I don't know if you ever heard that term before, but we're actually being hidden in plain sight. They're trying to tell us we're from somewhere else, but you got to explain where the people here went. You tell us everybody disappeared over here and shit. You got to tell us where the people here went. And also, you got to acknowledge that our people haven't been decimated nor transported on no damn boats to these shores. The largest amount of melanated people in the world are in Brazil. Yeah, I'm saying, when you think of Africa, right, you see the imagery. You see the imagery and things of that nature that's been put in the media and been propagated through so-called Black History Month and the NAACP and the Freedom Riders and things of that nature. That's what calls up into mind, and things of that nature. But Africa really isn't what they try to lie and say it is. Africa in all actuality is exactly what people think it is. It's really heavily populated with white people. You know what I'm saying? They've been colonized Africa. They colonized Africa thousands of years ago. They've been mixing with the Africans for thousands of years. The Africans are not us. They not even, that's why people are praising these Africans, but they're not. They don't have the same phenotypes. They don't have the same type of melanin. They don't have the same color, the same hue. They don't have the same genetics as us. You get the Africans on the western coast, in West Africa, on the so-called slave coast. And that's because they took our people from here and put them on that so-called slave coast. For the new people in the stream, like the stream, get some more like-minded people up in here. And they took that and made that into the slave coast. But like I showed in my Christopher Columbus video, that council originally wasn't a slave council. That council was owned by King John II, who Christopher Columbus worked for. Ain't that convenient? Think about it. They tell you that that's the slave coast and that's where they was holding the Africans. Why do you got to hold the Africans? You can keep them outside tied up with a guard right there and hold them. You don't have to put them up under no damn dungeon. You were keeping foreigners in that dungeon. You were keeping people from the Americas in that dungeon. And how convenient is it that the same person who so-called discovered America, his boss is the same person who owns the Castle at Mina. The Castle of Mina. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that suspicious? Ain't that weird? And this is shit nobody's talking about. Things like that. Obvious connections. That's an obvious connection that shows you. If we know that Christopher Columbus came to South America and to the islands and he stole people from here and was taking them to Europe, taking them to Africa, and then we see his boss has a council that they're now claiming is a slave council right there on the west, which now they're claiming is the slave coast, the Gold Coast. So doesn't that make sense? Like that's obvious. Like that's obvious shit right there. Fail to realize that a panther and a jaguar both cats, but are entirely different, just like Africans and us. Indeed, that's what the movie was about. V-Stack. That's what the movie Black Panther was really about, bro. To let people know, like, Just because y'all both the same, y'all still 9,000 miles away, different and apart, and y'all are apart in every other way. Y'all don't even think the same. They didn't think like Killmonger thought. Killmonger thought like somebody totally different. He couldn't understand why they weren't ready to go fuck shit up for their people, because them ain't your people, fool. You know what I'm saying? Them wasn't his damn people. And look at, man, it's really a conscious awakening going on amongst our people, bro, and I love it. Like, I love it. But what's good though? Any topics, y'all drop them topics in the chat. There's so many dark people in Brazil, you can't even see the streets. Damn. Our men make up 1/3 of the prison population, population control. And that's what I'm saying. I know y'all heard me say it again, but I'll say it again. You're gonna hear it every time I go live. The 14th Amendment. When they signed the 14th Amendment, that was the first time slavery ever became legalized. They tell you that was the abolishment of slavery, but that was really the first time it ever became legalized. And I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time slavery became written into law and legalized. They had slave laws, but they weren't pertaining to the actual practice and actual function and construct of slavery. Slave laws were about catching people who broke their contracts. You know what I'm saying? Slavery was about contracts. That's why Kanye say slavery was a choice, because it was. You were signing yourself into a contract for an undetermined amount of time, sometime in a determined amount of time. Think about it. You sign up for 5 years. You ain't saved shit. You ain't made shit in 5 years. How about I stay for 5 more? How about I stay for 10 more? That's how they first started getting our time for cheap. They made us think time was cheap. That's been an agenda. That's how you trick people to get their time freely, because it's not about a money thing. It's about time. They're giving you a small, finite thing. They're giving you something that's not even real for something that's real to you. Your time, whether you know it or not. If you're working for 8 hours, 12 hours, and I salute the people that's working, like, because that's how you accrue revenue. That's how you support your family. So I'm not against that. I'm saying them hours that you're giving up, add that up with your sleep hours. Shit, if you working an 8-hour sleep, you working an 8-hour shift, you get an 8-hour sleep. That's 16 hours. There's 24 hours in a day. So that's leaving you with 8 hours to bathe, to eat twice, shit, 3 times. That's leaving you with to bathe, to eat 3 times throughout that day, or 1 time if you eat like me 1 time a day, or you get what I'm saying? There's no space to do everything you need to do. Cut the grass, take the trash out, clean up, do things like that. So your natural life has been changed to something unnatural. What you think is natural, to get up, go to work, come home, clean up, cook, go to sleep, get up, go to work, come home. And they put our children in the same pattern. Wake up, go to school, come home, do homework, go play, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep. And it's like a program. It's like a pattern. You know what I'm saying? When you can keep everything in pattern. See, when they master, they trying to master time. But they couldn't. So they just switched around time to get us out for hour, to get us out of tune with time. You get what I'm saying? Time is a construct. There's nothing time when you have something timeless inside of you, and you have a creator that's timeless. You know that time isn't nothing. Why do you think they got them long ages back in them Bible stories? Why is there long ages? Everybody had longevity, because, man, y'all get it. It's crazy. Times, when they took control of the time, they y'all get it about the time. But it's crazy, man. Q's and P's. She was told this when she was a child, no matter than 9. Let me see. We failed to realize, okay, I was boycotting the movie, bro. I'll go check it out. Yeah, check it out. Look at the concept. Look at the concept in there. I want to check it out. I hear it's deep movie. Yeah, but people miss. Look, it's a deep movie, but at the same time, people aren't gonna just say it for what it is. When you watch it and think about it, think about who Michael B. Johnson is representing. Think about when he drinks that, whatever that is, and changes him into his true form, which is a jaguar. You're gonna see that they didn't want to come over here and help the American. Like, they didn't want to come over here and help us. They were on some shit like, man, we got everything over here. We got shit to heal you. We got shit technology, but we ain't trying to go share that shit over there. Nor are we trying to destroy what's going on over there. And it's crazy. But peace, y'all. Any more topics, y'all? I'm gonna be in here for a little bit more. Any more topics, y'all? Put them topics in the chat. I think I'm lagging. That's why I moved away from the Wi-Fi box. I think I'm lagging. Cause I be seeing comments late. Yeah, of course our men. They put all of our people inside prison to keep the population control. You right and exact, sis. I'm gonna check it out. I hear some deep movie. Yeah, it's deep. Anybody still up in here? Any more topics before we burn? Y'all know the video. If you missed the beginning of the video only gonna be up probably for like an hour, and I'm gonna put it on private. I'm checking that. Well, peace, everybody. It's Indigenous Realist, the Realist. I'm gone.